As the Nigerian proverb goes, the river that forgets its source soon dries up. This timeless reminder about staying grounded in principles and facing the consequences of one's path rings especially true in the world of public service, where leadership roles can be as transient as they are powerful. In a major shakeup within Nigeria's security apparatus, President Bola Tinubu has removed Kayode Egbetokun from his position as Inspector General of Police, a decision that has sent ripples through the Nigeria police force and beyond. The move, confirmed by sources close to the presidency and senior police officials, comes amid reports of jubilation at police headquarters and marks the appointment of Assistant Inspector General Tunji Disu as the new IGP. This na confirmed street news. Now waiting we hear with the report, but be sure say na confirm. Abeg, hit that subscribe button, like this video and drop a comment to help us grow and bring you undiluted news. The development unfolded rapidly on February 24, 2026. President Tinubu directed Egbetokun to resign during a meeting at the presidential villa in Abuja the previous day, Monday. Egbetokun, who had served as the 22nd IGP since his appointment by Tinubu on June 19, 2023, was asked to prepare handover notes, with the change taking effect immediately. Multiple credible accounts indicate that the president was firm in this directive, overriding any internal preferences for continuity. Egbetokun's tenure, which extended beyond his mandatory retirement age of 60, reached in September 2024, had become a point of contention, with critics arguing it violated service rules and prolonged controversies surrounding his leadership. Upon news of the removal spreading through police ranks, scenes of celebration reportedly erupted at force headquarters in Abuja. Officers expressed relief and joy, with some sources describing the atmosphere as one of long-awaited liberation from what they perceived as burdensome leadership. This reaction underscores deep-seated frustrations within the force, though official statements from the police remain pending and the presidency has yet to issue a formal announcement on the transition. If this seismic shift in Nigeria's top police leadership has you reflecting on the state of security and governance, take a second to like this video if it resonates. Share your thoughts in the comments about what changes you hope to see under new leadership, and subscribe to the channel. We'll keep you informed as this story and its aftermath develop. To understand the significance of this change, consider the backdrop of Egbetokun's time in office. Appointed shortly after Tinubu's inauguration, Egbetokun's tenure was marked by efforts to address rising insecurity, including banditry, kidnapping, and communal clashes across the country. However, it was also shadowed by persistent criticisms. His continuation in office past the statutory retirement age of 60, reached in September 2024, became a point of contention, with some arguing it set a poor precedent for adherence to rules within the service. Reports highlighted allegations of human rights concerns, internal mismanagement, and a perceived disconnect between leadership directives and frontline realities, contributing to morale issues among officers. The decision to retain him beyond retirement fueled debates about favoritism and the politicization of security appointments. Tunji Disu, the incoming IGP, brings a different profile to the role. As an Assistant Inspector General overseeing the Force Criminal Investigation Department Annex in Alagbon, Lagos, Disu has experience in investigative and intelligence work, including prior postings that earned recognition for operational effectiveness. His appointment signals a potential shift towards a more investigative-focused approach to policing, though details on his specific priorities remain forthcoming as the formal handover preparations continue. The implications of this leadership transition are substantial across several domains. Politically, it demonstrates President Tinubu's willingness to make decisive changes in key security positions, potentially responding to internal pressures or public sentiment on policing effectiveness. It could also influence upcoming electoral dynamics, as perceptions of security performance play a role in voter confidence. Socially, the jubilation at headquarters reflects underlying discontent within the force, which may now open doors for improved morale and operational cohesion if the new leadership addresses long-standing grievances. Economically, a more stable and respected police force could enhance investor confidence by improving safety perceptions in urban centers and transport corridors affected by crime. On the security front, the change comes at a time when Nigeria grapples with multifaceted threats, from insurgency in the northeast to kidnappings in the northwest and separatist tensions in the southeast, making effective leadership crucial for coordinated responses and community trust. Public reactions have been swift and varied. Within police circles and online communities aligned with frontline officers, the removal has been met with widespread approval, with many expressing hope for a fresh start free from past controversies. Comments and posts celebrate the move as overdue justice, with some crediting persistent advocacy for highlighting issues that led to this outcome. On the other hand, supporters of Kayode Egbetokun or those who viewed his tenure as stable argued the decision may disrupt ongoing initiatives or reflect undue external influences. Broader public discourse questions whether the change will translate to tangible improvements in daily policing, such as reduced extortion and checkpoints, or better handling of protests and crime prevention. Skeptics caution that personnel changes alone rarely resolve systemic challenges without deeper reforms in funding, training, and accountability mechanisms. Looking ahead, the formal handover between Egbetokun and Disu is expected soon, with an official announcement likely to detail the transition and any immediate directives from the new IGP. Disu's leadership will be closely watched for early signals on priorities, whether emphasizing community policing, intelligence-driven operations, or internal reforms to boost welfare and discipline. If the jubilation proves indicative of broader sentiment, it could facilitate smoother implementation of changes. However, challenges remain, addressing retirement rule adherence to prevent future disputes, rebuilding public trust amid ongoing insecurity, and ensuring continuity in critical operations. The coming weeks and months will reveal whether this shift marks a turning point for the Nigeria police force or simply another chapter in its leadership evolution. As this breaking story continues to unfold and reshape Nigeria's security landscape, your engagement helps keep the conversation grounded and informed. This na confirm street news. Na waiting we hear with the report, but be sure say na confirm. If this breakdown of President Tinubu's removal of IGP Kayode Egbetokun and the appointment of Tunji Disu has provided valuable perspective, hit that like button, comment below on what you expect from the new leadership, and subscribe for more detailed updates on Nigeria's political and security developments. We're committed to bringing you the facts as they emerge.
He spoke while engaging in separate high-level meetings with delegations from France and the United Kingdom at the IGP Smart Conference Hall, Force Headquarters in Abuja. The IGP recently hosted a delegation from France, including the French Director of Defense and Security Corporation, Lieutenant General Resignation, among other officials from the French embassy. The discussion centered on fostering collaboration, facilitating training opportunities, and exchanging ideas across various areas.